Now, we all know the iconic Miles Morales mask from the amazing Spider-Man trilogy, and if you haven't seen already, I made a V1 version right here. But in this video, I have finally completed the V2 version, and this is probably the best prop that I have made yet. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a Miles mask just like this one, and the upgrades that it has from the V1 version to the new and improved V2 version. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. Starting it off, we're going to talk about where I actually got the face shell from. So shout out to my brother, because he linked me this dude on Etsy. He said, go to this guy. I used this facial before. It's really good. It didn't disappoint. I'm not going to take it out of the actual fabric because it is a pain in the ass to get it in and out of the fabric. But this is where I got the facial. It comes with different expressions. It comes with everything you'll basically need from the first movie, because that's what my suit is based off of. So it comes with all the essentials you'll need, and it's a really good facial. I had no problems with it. I put it on my face perfectly. The only thing is that it was a little tight on the nose, but it was way more comfortable than anything else, any prop that I actually have. The comfortability of this facial is unmatched, so I highly recommend, if you are doing the suit from Into the Spider-Verse, go for this facial. It is accurate and it is very, very comfortable. We're going to come back to this in a second because I want to talk about all the magnets you'll need and all the mesh and different eye expressions that everything comes with. So we'll just double back to this in 1 second. Now, jumping into Cure, I'm going to talk about how I actually printed out the facial, starting with the sizing. I got my 3D model head scan that I use for every single other prop or helmet that I need to make. I use this 3D head scan. It's not the best. It looks terrible, but it's accurate, and that's all I need. I need it to be accurate and it needed to fit my head. So what I did was I dragged this right here into the model of my head scan, dragged it right here. I printed this out originally, but it wasn't big enough because I needed it up and down to the chin bigger. So all I did was make it 110 on the Z axis, and once you make it 110 on the Z axis, it'll just elongate it a little bit more. That's what I need it to be, longer up and down, because my face is like long up and down, but everything else is smaller. So once I did that, I had no issues there. I put the support blockers on here. It originally didn't fit me with the 100%, but once I put it to 110 and put it on, it fit perfectly. Like, I couldn't have got it more perfect than that, and that's all I did for this. This actually didn't work multiple times. If I have any failure B-roll, I'll put it up on the screen, but it did not work at all because my printer just couldn't get it down with making the actual facial like this. So what I did was make the facial just like this. I put it down on an angle so that all the supports can hold it up from the bottom, and I put all the support blockers where it needed to be. I could have added more support blockers in the holes because I did not need all the holes to be out in the open and just printing and have supports there. It was kind of a waste of filament. I know that for next time, but all I did was put support blockers everywhere that I thought needed to be, and it didn't take very long. I'm gonna see. So it ended up taking a day and 15 hours to actually make the full entire facial. Now, this is not an accurate representation on how much time it actually took to make it, because my K1 Max, I printed this on the Creality K1 Max, it shaved it down to only a day. That's why I highly recommend getting that printer. Watch this video because it has the best affordable printers of 2025 and ending the year, and I highly recommend you go check that video out because there's a ton of good printers on that list that can help you get some printers. But anyways, that K1 Max knocked it out of the park. It only took a day and everything was cool after that, and I got the actual face shell. Now moving on, we're gonna go to the puff paint. Now, as for the puff paint and everything that has to do with the fabric, first things first, I got the pattern from Real Heroes Design. They have a bunch of different patterns. If you need Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, Tom Holland, they have all different types of patterns that look amazing and very, very accurate to any suit that you'll need. First things first, I got the Miles Morales Into the Spider-Verse cosplay pattern. Now all of this on the suit, this will be in a different video that I puff painted the entire suit, so stay tuned for that. I have a lot to show y'all with the puff paint, but just for the mask, it comes with the mask the same way as it comes with the suit, same exact pattern. All I did was buy the pattern. It gives you a link, and I got the actual suit from this website called Print Costume. Shout out to my brother again for letting me know about this website, because it is amazing with the custom suits that you can buy, the custom everything. There's a bunch of different suits you can buy here. If you don't want to use a pattern and you just want a suit, this place has very good high quality fabric and very good suits that are very accurate. I just can't thank my brother enough for putting me on this website. Anyways, I'm gonna show you guys how to actually get a suit. First things first, I went to custom printing and sewing services. I hit the link from the pattern website that I showed y'all. Get that link, paste it in here, do everything you need with your measurements and everything you need and want to add to your suit, and that's how you get the actual base suit itself. Now, as for the puff paint itself, I went to Michael's. You can go to Hobby Lobby, you can go to any craft store, but I genuinely like Michael's because they have a lot of puff paint options to choose from. I got the Tulip Slick. They rebranded it to this, so don't get confused, but it's still the Tulip Slick puff paint. Just look on the back and it has a little barcode to tell you the paint code. I got this Tulip Metallic paint for the little webbing across the entire fabric of the face shell. And all I did after that was get some nozzles off of Amazon, the little needle nozzles that you could spray on, or not spray on, you could put on any fabric, and it gives you like a fine detail. And I went through the entire face shell and did every single line on the thing, because this took forever. I highly recommend you have some time to actually do it and some time to yourself, because this will take you a long time to do. Every single time you puff paint, like I said in the last video, a billion more spawn in, and it never ever ends. So I highly recommend you have time to do it and be patient, because the more patient you are in doing it, the better it'll come out. On my first V1 version of the helmet, it didn't come out as good because I was rushing, but I actually took my time and did it on this one, and it came out beautiful. So I highly recommend to get some puff paint and just go over it. Practice too. If you have like paper towels or anything, practice doing the lines. Make sure you're solid and you know how to do it, and you're patient and you have time to do it before you actually do it, because once it's on there, it's not coming off unless you wash it off or try to peel it. But once it's on the actual face shell itself, it's never going to come off. So that's why I say make sure you have time to do it, make sure you're patient enough, and make sure you know you're ready to do it, and just tackle it, and you guys can really get it done. So that was basically it for all the puff painting. It's just going in tedious process of doing the same thing over and over again. For the lines, I recommend you get a flat-headed version. Let me see if that focuses. You get like a flat-headed version. I don't know if you guys can see that. The flathead lays it on way better, and make sure you have a steady hand, because I do not have a steady hand and I shake a lot. So that's why I had to like really lock in and make sure I was as steady as possible so it doesn't shake and splatter everywhere. So have a steady hand, press it very lightly. It will come out a lot because you're using a flathead and you're using a larger amount. So press it very lightly, let it land on it, and just let it dry and sit, and you guys will really have an amazing suit. I highly recommend a lot of cosplayers, or if you're just doing a Spider-Man suit, to puff paint it, because it makes the suit pop a lot more. It'll make it like screen print, like a movie suit. It'll make it like you can have texture to it. Instead of having just the screen print on the suit, you'll actually have some texture that looks very good. So I highly recommend the puff paint. Now moving on how I actually printed out both of the lenses. It's the same as the right as it is the left. I had to do it like this because I had multiple different failures of printing it standing up and moving it around. So leaning it back just a little bit worked for me, and it honestly printed out very quick on my V3 Plus. I didn't print out anything regarding the lenses on my K1 Max because the V3 Plus just got it done, and it did it amazing. It had amazing quality. It didn't do nothing crazy, it just went up on itself. It's very small and intricate, so I highly recommend putting your walls up to at least 5 so it doesn't snap or break when you're moving it around or putting it in with the mesh. And that was basically it. I went up all on its own, and I did it the exact same way for both of them. Now the big lens was a little bit different. I had to lean it forward. I don't know why it kept messing up on every single other way that I had to do it, but this is the way that actually worked. I leaned it forward. I made sure to have the tree supports go all around it to support it, and I had a good, honestly, if I were to reprint this, I don't know if it'll work or not. It was kind of a lucky one hit, boom, I got it. And I'm not even going to attempt to even retry to do these lenses because it was such a pain on how to orient it. So I highly recommend, if you get that one good lucky shot, just take it and leave, take it and run. Now, as for the mesh, I had to switch it from tree support to normal support because normal support was not working at all. And multiple different times that I printed the mesh out, I took it off the printer and I took it off the little raft, and it snapped multiple times because it's very weak. That's why I recommend you use 5 walls, because it is going to be very weak getting this mesh off. That was basically it. It printed standing up. It's the same for the left and the right. I recommend highly, I cannot stress it enough, to use normal supports because tree might not work. You can get it to work, but it might not work for you. And I highly recommend, again, to be careful when you're taking it off the printer and taking it off the raft, because it will snap in half or break or just dismantle itself because it's a very weak piece. Now, touching back on the actual face shell itself for the magnets inside the lenses, it tells you what magnets you'll need. My brother gave me all the big ones, or as in for the small ones, all I did for the small ones was go on Amazon, and actually I bought these tiny magnets. If I have it, I'll put it up on the screen right there. I got these magnets right here for the very small ones, and for the other ones, for like, I don't even know what it's called. I think it's the 6x2 or the 8x2, one of those two. I got it also from Amazon right here. You can get a plethora of different type of magnets that do the exact same thing, or you can see other people's reviews on how strong it is and how like better it is, because on Amazon the competition for magnets is insane. Everybody's selling some type of different magnet, so I highly recommend just to look at the reviews. Make sure you find a magnet that you trust, that it will be strong. If you have a brand that you already use, stand by the brand, do not switch up. I promise you, do not switch up, and you'll have perfect magnets. All I did was stick the magnets all inside the lenses, as in so. Boom. All I did was stick the magnets all inside the lenses. I use Loctite. What do I say in every single video? Get yourself some Loctite. Actually, hold on. Hold on. Man, I had to go get the Loctite to show you how real this is. Always use Loctite super glue. It will be the best thing, the best choice you'll make for anything 3D printed, cosplay related. Loctite always comes through. Whenever I need it, it always comes through. Loctite, come on, man. How many videos have I dropped asking for a sponsorship? My email is in my YouTube bio. I love y'all Loctite, and I will never stop using y'all. Thank y'all. Get yourself some Loctite, glue it in, stick it onto the actual facial, and you'll have your facial done and complete if you used all the steps. Now, lastly, the model actually comes with expressions. So let me show y'all that just for a little fun at the end of the video. You get multiple different expressions in it. You get the confused look. Check it out. Check it out. I love rocking this look. I can put it up on the screen right here. I was rocking this look basically all day, just looking at people like I'm mad confused for no reason. You get the tired look as well if you put both of the small magnets on there, or not small magnets, small lenses on there. You get the tired look as well. It doesn't really look much different from the normal. It's just kind of squinted down, but I really like the confused look. That is basically it for everything with the mesh and the lenses and the fabric and all of that right there. I forgot to mention the actual visibility of the mask itself. I can see perfectly fine out of these. It's not as good as my other mask with the middle, but the peripherals are very good. The mesh is very good, and I can actually see everything, and it's actually comfortable. I can keep this mask on for hours and hours at a time, and it wouldn't be crazy. The only bad thing is that I will sweat a lot in here, and that's gonna be normal because you're in a tight mask. But other than that, I can see everything perfectly fine. I can look around. I can see my peripherals right here. I just can't see the middle, and the mesh is very amazing. Now, when you do your suit, you will need to make eye holes. As you can see, like an eye hole that you see right there, you need eye holes. So make sure you have a good enough understanding of where you want to put the eye hole and where you want to make sure everything is. And once you do that, you'll be perfectly fine. Snap the eyes right back on, and once you get it back on and everything good, you're good to go. That's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and tuning into my channel, even when I take a long break. Oh my god, I'm just put it right there. I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm so sorry for leaving. It's been an action-packed October. Like, it's been jam-packed for me. It's November now, but it's been jam-packed for me in October. I've been doing so much stuff and working on all the puff paint and getting everything done was taking me forever. It took me longer than I expected. Thank you guys for being patient with me, because I promise again, I'm not trying to be no Corey Kenshin. I love my brother, but I'm not trying to be no Corey Kenshin. I'm not gonna leave y'all again. You guys have 3 more videos coming your way. You got the price video, and then you got the suit review itself. Now you got 2 more videos coming your way. This is the 3rd video. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me all the time. You guys give me the motivation to keep dropping these videos, to keep uploading, and keep going. And without y'all, this channel wouldn't even be a thing. I wouldn't even be doing this. So I can't thank y'all enough. Thank you guys for tuning in every day. And on that note, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, your night, whenever y'all motherfuckers is watching this video, and keep designing, making, and building. I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Peace.